fine. Life can be so wonderful. Moments seem so light.
What's up everyone? Today I was thinking of doing a more raw style video because I got this in the mail today and I thought that this might actually be a very good bargain if you can get one for cheap over in 2025 or 2026 based on the reviews that I've seen. So I'm here to kind of give my thoughts on it. So let's get started by opening it. Okay, and what I have here today are actually the Sony XM5 headphones. So I know that there's a longer name to them. It is actually the WH-1000XM5s. So for the purpose of convenience, I'm gonna be referring to them as the XM5s throughout this video. So yeah, let's just have a initial look at the headphones itself, and I think I'll do a proper full video once I've actually tested them out, or it might be towards the end of this video itself. So if you notice this video is a bit long, then my thoughts are towards the end. But yeah, based on all of my research, I found that these headphones could possibly be one of the best bargains right now because the XM6s just came out, and I feel like this is quite a good middle ground between the XM4s and XM6s. So you get these kind of updated design, but you don't have to splurge as much as you would for the latest model. So I feel like right now it's a pretty good sweet spot to get. So opening them up, what you get inside the box is pretty much just the case over here, and yeah, some menus as well. But let's take a look at the actual headphones themselves, and I don't know, I'll give you my first thoughts on it. So it states really clearly over here that the headphones are not waterproof or sweat proof, or basically they're not friendly with water. Then you get your menu, which I don't think we're gonna be reading today. And yeah, let's have a look at the main attraction now, shall we? So I actually haven't watched an unboxing on these, so let's see how easy it is to actually open. Just straight out of the bat, I really like the construction and build quality. I got these because my AirPods actually broke on me this week. So I wanted an alternative because I am going to be traveling a bit. So let's see how they actually stack up. So right off the bat, they look really good in the case. They fit in really clean and really nicely. I've heard that they are magnetic as well, so let's see. Oh, okay. I find that they are a bit hard to take in and out, or maybe I'm just not used to the actual motion of taking them in and out. But they do feel really nicely made, very premium. And the earmuffs are crazy soft as well. So yeah, I think I'll give it a listen, set it up, and then I'll give my thoughts on it. So it does come with the aux cable, and then type A to type C as well. Although I think I might be replacing this as it seems to be a bit short. And I have other charging cables as well that I think might look better over here. But I like the addition that, let me set this down. I like the addition of this small pouch over here that allows you to keep your charging cases, and charging cables and the aux cable as well. I do find the case to be really sturdy and really well built. I thought it was going to be bigger because from all of the reviews that I've seen online, people comparing it to the XM4s, they were saying like, oh, it's much bigger, it's like, you know, not travel friendly, it might not be easy to use. But from what I find them to be pretty okay. Then yeah, my only thing is that I think I'm not used to taking them in and out of the case at the moment, so they feel a bit weird. but I'll give it a shot. I'll pair it up with my phone and then let's see how it works and how it sounds. Okay, so I've done some testing for the headphones over here. First impressions are pretty much what I've seen with reviews online. If you are not a complete audiophile and you don't know what really high-end earphones sound like, which I'm assuming I don't, or maybe I've tried one or two, but then, you know, it's like not something that I can distinguish. If you're like me, then I would feel like these are pretty much good enough for the majority of people out there to be able to you know, just listen to music. If you're doing any editing, I feel like that would suffice as well. I have yet to test out the battery life, but I'll get back to that maybe in the next segment over here. The transparency mode works pretty well. People have been saying that you sound like you're underwater, which I do agree with that a bit, but I feel like they are on par or slightly lower than my AirPods. So, you know, like for me, it's like pretty good already. Noise cancellation, on the other hand, is amazing. I really realized it when walking to the car and out from where I was just now. I was taking a walk on the street with these headphones, and you know, they really sounded like they cut off most of the noise that was there. Yeah, and speaking of walking around with them, the comfort is pretty good. I don't really know how to describe how it feels. Maybe like, you know, if your ear is here, it kind of cups around your ear like this, and I find that that actually fits really well, at least for my size of ears. I've moved around with it a bunch and it doesn't seem to want to come off, although I'm pretty sure if you swing your head hard enough, it probably will. But comfort is definitely there. I feel like I could wear these for a few hours and be fine if it wasn't too hot. If it was hot, especially to the end when I was walking to my car, I found that, you know, it got a bit stuffy inside here, and it's not really too breathable as well, so I had to take them out and wipe them off. But other than that, comfort was really good. This next segment is me walking you through my actual daily use case with these headphones and seeing how they actually worked for me. So I originally picked up the XM5s for daily use, like editing, working in coffee shops if I do those kind of things, maybe some daily use, maybe work in the gym. But because my AirPods broke, I got these also for traveling. I do not like traveling on planes, and I find that it really bugs me out, like the drone of the engine. So I wanted to see how these would work in comparison to my AirPods. And to tell you that on the plane, these headphones save me would be an understatement. I get motion sickness and flight sickness, I guess you would call it, pretty easily. And having the heavy drone of the engines being cut down made the whole flight so much more bearable. And I find them to be more useful than AirPods themselves, because what they do is they cup your ears. So in AirPods, you still get that kind of like vibration that you feel a lot. I found that with these headphones, the vibrations got cut down a lot. I had a really long journey and I find that the battery lasted me, like, you know, I was on the flight for like 2 hours plus and then another 3 hours in the car to our location. And I can tell you that with just that, but the battery went down from around, let's say 100% to maybe around 80%, like that. So I was so surprised by the battery life on these headphones. For me and my experience so far, I find that these are a huge no-brainer to bring if you are traveling or working outside. The ENC just works so well in cutting things off and cutting unwanted sounds off, and the comfort is really there, and I only found it to be uncomfortable if I'm wearing them, let's say like 3 hours plus at a time, and that's on the band on the top of my head. My ears never got too uncomfortable. Alright, so now I'm back after a very long week with the Sony XM5s, and here are some of my final thoughts. Now I'm gonna keep this quite brief because I feel like you can't really go wrong with these headphones over here. So who do I feel like they're for? I feel like they are for your average consumer that doesn't want to think too much about, you know, audio quality or convenience or too many other things, and just want something that works for you and works well in most cases. So I find that these do a really good job in producing really good sound, and they are very comfortable to wear
as long as you're wearing them below 3 to 4 hours like that. If you take quick breaks and then put them back on, I find that they are still quite comfortable. And the battery life on this are insane at around, like, they say 30 hours, and I wouldn't really doubt it. So far I worn these for around maybe like a day, and they haven't dropped past, I think, 50% battery so far, so they're doing pretty well. If you're asking me who these are for, I would say your average person. I would recommend these over the XM6s and XM4s because I feel like the XM4s are a bit of an older, outdated design, and the XM6s are a bit of a price jump from this one. I feel like this really hits the sweet spot of being good performing, but it doesn't hurt your bank too much. So yeah, that's been my thoughts on these headphones. I feel like they're pretty good. I feel like if you are looking for headphones, you should get some. And yeah, I won't talk too much about them. They're good. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments about these, like if you wanna share your EQ settings with me, then feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you have any thoughts of them yourself and you wanna share with someone who's considering buying them, then leave that in the comments as well. So yeah, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.